get too dewy last night, so we're gonna be able to get started harvesting beans at a decent time today. We're gonna ride out with Dad in the semi. Cooper just ran out to go fill up the combines with fuel in the dually, so I'm gonna ride with Dad in the white Volvo here. He should be getting in any moment, and then we'll do a quick check over on the combine. We'll grease what needs to be greased, and we'll start combining. Never mind, looks like Dad's taking the semi. I'm gonna take the red truck. The logistics of vehicles is definitely the hardest part about farming. I just greased this like 2 weeks ago, and I can only find one grease circ right now, and there's like 10 over here, so. Dad's always done this in the past. I gotta learn one way, but I'm getting kind of annoyed right now because I'm not seeing them. Looks good. Well, I got some bad news. Looks like we have another breakdown. Something is leaking hydraulic fluid up there. You can see it dripping off. I noticed from a distance because this wheel's covered with bean dust. Bean dust doesn't just stick to regular rubber unless something's on it. There's definitely something on it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open this and then we're gonna run because a ton of dust is gonna come out. You ready? You ready? You sure? Okay, here we go, here we go. Oh, that wasn't that bad. It's like it's that hose right there. Hey, Dad should be here any minute, but I'm gonna try to take that hose off. I'm not gonna record it because it might take me a while, and I would kind of like to have some camera battery after this. So, we'll be back when we get that off. We got about 80 acres combined last night at that farm we were just at, but we ran into a different variety of beans, and those particular beans are still too wet to combine. So we're gonna head down the road 5 miles to another farm. We went and tested those beans and they seem to be a little bit drier, so we're gonna try running over there. It's supposed to be 70 degrees with 20-mile-an-hour winds today, so we should see some decent drying. So we're gonna say some prayers and this is gonna go well. Bunch of running around. Looks like the combine's doing a good job of splitting the beans right out of the pod. Not seeing a lot of beans on the ground behind the combine, so that's a good thing. These beans look a little bit better than the last field we were at. The last field we were at, they were pretty short, and I know a short bean doesn't mean that the yield's gonna be bad, but there just wasn't a whole lot of pods on them. We were running anywhere from 50 to 55 bushels an acre in that field. So for our area, where exceptional beans are 80 to 85 bushels an acre, 50 is not that great, but it could be worse, so we're not gonna complain. But just by looks, these beans look better than the last field we were at. I haven't asked any yields yet. We'll find out a little bit once we get some more opened up here. All right, they're getting pretty full. Let's go have them dump on me. Turn our ag cam on, turn the scale on, change the angle of our ag cam. Should probably fold up the auger. Typical John Deere. Failing. In case you've never been in bean dust before, it's awful. I just don't have anything good to say about it. It's definitely windy. I don't care who you are, you're gonna have a bad day if you fall in that hole. Pretty sure that's a foxhole that collapsed in. Maybe a bear or something will live in there, I don't know. The wind's blowing pretty hard. Hard to get the door open. Slow down! Slow down! Not that fast! We're combining this over here, but not that over there because that's a different number. That's wetter. This is drier. This is the first time this field's been in crop production in 25 years because this field was in CRP and then it just got taken out last year, so now we have it in beans. This is pretty much the day in the life of the grain cart driver. You basically just follow the combine around and get dumped on. Then once you're full, you go dump it on the semi. Then the semi takes off. And then you go back to getting dumped on. It's a little more fun in corn because you're moving a lot more. In between loads here, I might be sitting for 15 minutes before one of them's full. And when one combine's going, sometimes you sit even longer. The reason why we run the grain cart is so that way the combines can stay combining the entire time. So they're not driving over to the semi to fill the semi. They can just keep going back and forth. And I can truck the grain from the combine to the semi. Oh, it's bumpy right here. I'm going across the rows. He's full. Cooper's running our combine. Our combine is a 2001 Case IH 2388. It's a class 6 machine roughly, class 5, class 6, right in between. We'll call it a class 5.5. He's running a 30-foot reel head. Then my cousin's combine here is a 2013 John Deere S660. It's also a class 6 machine. He has LSW tires on it, so they make it look pretty big. And he's also running a 30-foot auger head. We definitely boogie along when we got two combines rolling. It's kind of nice. We figured by having our cousin come out and do some custom acres for us, since we're about 3 to 4 weeks behind, if for some reason the weather does change and then that keeps us from getting into the field and then we have some beans start falling over or pods start splitting open, it costs about 3 bushels an acre to hire him to come. So we kind of figured by being late in the year we could lose that 3 bushels pretty quick if we're not careful. So that's why he's here. This tractor that we're driving right now is a 1991 Case IH 7140. It's roughly 200 horsepower. This cart's a Brent V700, so it's 750 bushels or so. This tractor's a little light in the front end for it, so when I got a full load and I go to turn, my wheels don't really turn. I gotta turn with my brakes. So the reason why we don't unload on the go with the bean head is since the bean head is a 30-foot head, our auger isn't really designed to have enough clearance between. So right now we probably have less than 20 inches between the edge of the bean head and the wheel of the grain cart. And that's kind of close margins because if the combine just turns a little bit and I turn a little bit, we could easily run into each other and do a lot of damage. The corn head's 20 feet wide, so we have plenty of room so we can unload on the go all day. My cousin's combine, on the other hand, has a longer auger, so even though he has a 30-foot header on his combine, we have plenty of distance away so we can unload on the go. The field we're in right now is a mile all the way to the back, and there's no access roads we can get to on the back side. So when you're all the way at the back, it's quite the grain cart haul to the front. And we're starting to get to the back. It can take about 15 minutes for you to get all the way from the back to the front sometimes. 2 grain carts in this field is really nice. It's bumpy. This grain cart's got some really wide tires on it, and they are nice. They bridge a lot of the bumps better than our other carts, which have smaller tires, so this pulls a lot smoother. She's full. Back to the combines. Starting to get heavy. Hey semi, I'm waiting for ya. Can't empty the grain cart until a semi gets here. Boogity, 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 boys! Look at him go! 3.2 miles an hour. I ended up switching over to semi-duty, so it was kind of hard to film in the dark. We ended up running a few more hours. It's like 1:30 in the morning right now, so I'm gonna go to bed, get some sleep. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so hopefully that misses, and then we'll be able to continue on combining some beans. So we'll be back tomorrow. So with that being said, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked the video, remember to give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, write it down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.